So after months of waiting, we now have the biggest feature now fully available to all on 4K Pro users. Now, if you didn't know, this box originally shipped with 2 separate remote controls. Some people actually received the device with the standard remote control, which you can see here. Looks very familiar, but lots of people actually received a separate remote control, which was backlit. Now, having a backlit remote control is normally reserved for premium devices like the Nvidia Shield Pro, which is why when this device was released, it was great to see that they had included this, but for whatever reason, some devices got the backlit remote control, but other devices like the one I received, unfortunately only had the standard remote control. And by the way, if you're wondering how I've got custom screensavers working on the On 4K Pro or really any Android TV device, make sure you are subscribed with all notifications, as I will have a video up very, very soon. So back to the On 4K Pro, and this was mentioned on the AFTV News website where Walmart are now saying any device, any On 4K Pro purchase now will definitely come with this new premium remote control, which will give you those backlit features, including this big free TV button, which I'm not personally a fan of. But we can see the article explains that some early buyers received different remote controls with their On 4K Pro, which didn't have the backlit and didn't have this big free TV button. And because of that, Walmart quickly then removed all pictures of this premium remote control just to make sure that nobody would complain that why am I seeing this remote control in the pictures, but I'm actually receiving a different remote control in the box. But since then, they've now restored the original page. So if you go to the Walmart website, and you can see now directly on the Walmart website, they've got the pictures restored now. So anybody purchasing this device will definitely get this new upgraded remote control. It really is a great device if you can get it at that price. Now, the remote control was really one of the questions, one of the many questions that people had about this device when it first came out. Let me now answer some of those other key questions about the On 4K Pro. Question number 1, I want to watch movies directly from a USB drive. I've got lots of stuff that I've previously purchased. Can I access those movies directly on this box, and what formats are supported? Well, I think the big one that everybody wants to know is that, is this device limited to FAT32? FAT32 has a big limitation whereby the file size of each of your files can't be bigger than 4 gigabytes. Well, I'm pleased to tell you that if I now open up the K application, as you can see here, I've already plugged in a drive which is formatted as exFAT, and with exFAT you don't have that limitation. As you can see here, if I browse my drive, we can see there it is, and not only is it just called exFAT, you can see here the fact that we can see the file size is 5.26 gigabytes. You just know that this is not a FAT32 drive, this is in fact exFAT. And not only can we see the file, I can click on that and we're now streaming a 5.2 gig movie directly on the On 4K Pro box, and that is a glorious 4K picture. Works absolutely fine, guys. So if you are somebody that likes to carry your movies on a portable USB drive or a very large USB stick, you can comfortably format that USB stick or drive as exFAT and just transfer across all of your large movies, and you'll be able to access all of them directly on the On 4K Pro. Next up, I don't like this new home screen on my Google TV device. You can see here with some of these round icons, maybe that's not your preference. You definitely don't want all these big adverts in the background, lots of streaming stuff. Can you use a custom launcher on the new On 4K Pro box? Well, as you can see on my device, I can press one button, 3, 2, 1, press. And we are instantly taken to a custom launcher, super slick, super fast, custom backgrounds, custom icon sizes, custom categories, hide applications, move things around, and really just get your home screen looking exactly how you like it. So custom launchers are definitely supported on the On 4K Pro box. Next up is a 2-in-1 that can I use this launch button here on the top right, which is a shortcut button. Can you actually use that to launch third-party applications, or is it only there for standard official applications? Well, I can tell you that you can use it for any side-loaded application, any third-party application, which then also answers the question that can you easily sideload applications on this device? We can see if I long press this button here, give that a second, and it now allows me to create a custom shortcut. If I click on that, and we can see here some of the applications that I've sideloaded directly on this device. So if I try a popular third-party streaming one, let's enable that. create that shortcut. Now, wherever I am in the home screen or in any application, I can now press the shortcut button, 3, 2, 1, press. And that should take me instantly to my favorite third-party streaming application. So the answer is yes, you can easily sideload applications, third-party applications on this device, and you can also assign that shortcut button to any of those side-loaded third-party applications. Next up, how fast is the Wi-Fi on this device? As you know, it does support Wi-Fi 6. Well, you can see in the tdoctoruk household, my device is getting around about 450 meg downstream. I'm quite far from the router or the router. Let's do that test one more time. 450 meg. So we can say comfortably on the new On 4K Pro box, using Wi-Fi, we always get speeds of over 450 meg, which obviously is a very good speed. I've actually seen it push more closer to 500, but obviously in my household there are other people using the internet, so it could just be that somebody else is currently downloading or streaming something right now. Okay, so that's the Wi-Fi speeds. Now, as you know, the device also has an onboard Ethernet port, which unfortunately is capped at 100 meg. In fact, I can just do a quick test now. I've just plugged that in. Let's see now with an Ethernet cable plugged in, do we cap at 100 meg? So let's test that again. You can see now it says the Ethernet. As you know, Ethernet does always give you that reliable connection where you won't have any issues with interference or how far you are from your internet modem or router. You do get that solid, dependable connection. It is just a bit unfortunate that the onboard port is capped at 100 meg. Okay, so we are getting more or less the theoretical maximum. But the great thing is, because the device does have a USB 3 port, you can plug in a USB 3 hub with the gigabit port, and you should be able to get pretty good speed. So let me do that now. Okay, so this is now a test with the USB 3 hub with the gigabit port. Give that a second. Okay, so we get over 500 meg. Let's do that one more time. So if you are somebody looking for that more solid, more reliable connection, you can definitely plug in a USB 3 gigabit port and get better speed. And we can see in test number 2, closer to 500 meg. Now, I actually have a 1 gigabit connection in my house, so these speeds are not as high as I would have liked them. But again, when you are using adapters, when you are using hubs, you're never going to get the true native speed. But again, that kind of speed to get on your streaming device is more than enough even for 8K streaming, so that's working absolutely fine. Next up, can I use the tdoctoruk app killer to close off all of my background applications on my On 4K Pro? And fortunately, the answer is yes. So if we open up the very popular background apps and process list, we can see it's detected 14 applications open in the background. I can back out of this. And if I now open up the tdoctoruk app killer, which is available directly on the Google Play Store, I can open that up. I can make that connection. I can click on allow. I've already enabled USB debugging. That's connected. We can do a quick count, how many applications are running in the background. It confirms there are 14. Now with one click, ready, steady, go. It tells me 13 of those have now been stopped. 13 because it won't stop itself. If I now click on exit, if I now once again open up the background apps and process list, just to confirm, we can see all of those applications have now been closed, freeing up all of that valuable memory, and it just means that your device will perform a lot better when these things are not running in the background. So the application works absolutely fine, and it is available directly on the Google Play Store. But wrapping up, what are my closing thoughts on the On 4K Pro box? Firstly, let me just say a big thanks to Troy Point from troypoint.com, who's actually the person who sent me this device over from USA to United Kingdom, because as I'm sure you guys know, the only place where this device is available is United States. So for many people around the world, you just don't have access to this device. And that's one of the biggest issues, that even though your device can be really good, even your device can have great specs, but if people can't get the device, then it's not going to really help many people at all. But overall, I would say it's still a good device. It does have some good features like that 3 gig RAM, like the 32 gig storage, with all the built-in certifications with Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. So to get those kind of features at $50 price point, I do think that's very good. And I don't think you'll be able to find any other Android TV box with those specs at that $50 price point. It also does have some other annoying issues, like the fact that the onboard Ethernet is only 100 meg. Even though it has a built-in speaker, if your TV is off, it then actually wakes up your TV to give you that answer. So it doesn't seem to use a speaker on its own. It always wants to pump that audio through your TV. And also the fact that you can't actually play music directly through that speaker. So it is a bit annoying when they give you that speaker, but you can't take full advantage of it. And another niggly thing is the fact that even though they call this the Pro model, as you've seen with the benchmarks, it scores barely better than the standard on 4K device. So really, I wouldn't call this a Pro model. I'll just say it's the on 4K plus or something, or it's just a slight increment in terms of processing power from the previous generation. But again, if we factor in those extra features with the RAM and the storage upgrade, I still think for $50, it's a good buy if you can get it in your location. So really appreciate your support. Do like and share this video. Do leave me a comment below of other questions you want answered. Share this video with anybody else thinking about buying the On 4K Pro box, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.